There we go. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, I'm
I'm
Sarah.
I'm Helen, and together we're Committed Parenting, and we have a question for you. Are you going to ask it, Sarah?
Sure. Do you ever want to hire someone else to be the parent? I do. Or another question. Do you sometimes, or maybe even often, have an I don't want to conversation that you just want to go under your covers and pull them over your head? I do.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, isn't
And
it
it's funny,
hilarious?
I
We
know,
both have this
like,
conversation about I don't want to.
I know, and it's interesting because I actually have to admit, I often don't talk about this. I
No.
often feel like a bit embarrassed or ashamed because, like, really, like, I'm so lucky to be a parent. I'm so privileged to be a
Yes.
parent. I
Yeah.
should love every moment of it. I should embrace the privilege of it all.
Really good.
You
Yeah.
know, like, and really, honestly, though, if I'm really honest, there's times I'm like, I just don't want to. You know, yesterday, well, I'm sure we've experienced it every day. Yesterday I have, one son say, Mom, can you make me a smoothie? Dinner time's getting ready. There's a couple food items needed at the store. There's stuff going on. And I'm like, I just don't want to. It's like, it reminds me of that commercial from years ago that I always harness. Calgon, take me
Yeah,
away.
but I don't know how many moms in North America have had quote that one at me.
I
Yeah.
know. But I sometimes just don't want to.
I love it. I mean, I don't love it, but I love that you can see it. I have that same experience. I don't want to like how it shows up for me. I don't want to be the responsible one. I don't be I don't want to be
Well,
responsible,
yeah, I don't want to have to
right?
decide
Like,
that or choose
yeah.
that.
Do I really have to take this on? I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah. And and
Mhm.
like and like what I even hear there too, like it's like there's different versions of it showing up. Like sometimes if it's like, dealing with say big emotions or a big thing or something that I'm like, oh crap, I'm probably gonna mess this up. Like there's I don't wanna touch this with a 10-foot
Yeah.
pole.
10 for pride.
Can't somebody else be in, like, can't I zoom somebody else in or zap somebody else into this room that can just handle this or do it well or make sure it happens the way like I'm committed to it coming
Mm,
out? So there's
mm.
like that version of it. And then there's that version of like, sometimes I'm freaking tired, or sometimes
Yeah. I
I'm
want
not
to
even
time
tired,
off.
actually.
Yeah.
Truthfully,
No.
I like to like at least justify it with tiredness because somehow then it makes me, I don't want to, okay, because I'm tired and that's to be expected. I have 5
Yeah.
kids, I do stuff. I don't want to, I'm tired. But really, even when I'm not tired, sometimes there's this like, I just don't want to. Like, I just want
Yeah.
my space. I want my breath. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't ask something of me. Shut the
Don't even
door. And I
breathe
just
this
don't want to.
way. Yeah.
Don't even breathe this way. Don't even call me mom. Like, just don't. And there are those times, and I fight them. Like I make
Mm,
it like I'm like I can hear this like, oh, I feel like bad for who I am when that's there at times
yeah.
too. It's like, oh, I'm a really crappy parent. Oh, I just
Yeah.
really don't want to. Or my
I
poor
have
kids,
like I
they're gonna
really
feel not
shouldn't.
wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is like I really shouldn't ever feel like that. Ever.
Yeah.
Like should not. It's not okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And like what I hear, and it's like what's so, I guess, freeing inside of this when we talked this morning in this conversation, we both noticed we both had a I don't want to right there. We're like, wait, you have that too? Wait, wait, this
Imagine.
might be a common ground. You
Yeah.
listening, you might notice you have some areas where you're like, I just don't want to.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what if we gave ourselves some space and grace? What if, like, there's still times even in our I don't want to, like, okay, I don't want to make dinner. Well, I might need to still feed my children. I still might, like, there's still, I still will show up to certain things when I don't want to do it. And what I hear though is imagine some space and grace of like honoring your I don't want to or acknowledging it or just saying, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to right now. And that's actually a pretty human, normal thing. You
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's right there for me. Like if my kids need something, I may not want to. And what there is to do is to show up, but not show up with resentment and like I don't wanna. Like
Well,
with
what I
like,
hear,
okay, right here is I don't want it, and I can I can actually choose. Like, do I
yeah,
like who
well,
do I want
I
to be
hear
with?
this really thing I often do with coaching. It's one of my like the first things I ever learned in coaching in a like series of
Yeah.
questions. And it's like it would be so great here because like you often Like, it's really important to ask sometimes, what don't you want? You sometimes
Mm,
know what you don't want before you know what you do want, right? And
hands
so if I
down.
notice an I
Yeah.
don't want a conversation right there, it's like, well, what don't you want right now? Like, what don't you want? Maybe it's like, I don't want the responsibility. I don't want to do the
Mm,
work. I don't
really
want to
great.
talk to anybody. I don't want somebody to want something to me. Like, what specifically don't you
Is the
want?
don't want. Yeah.
Yeah. And then ask yourself, I get clear with that. And then ask yourself, what do you want? Well, I want some peace. I want some love. I want some relaxation. I don't know, to jump around. I want my own time, whatever it is. What do you want?
Mm,
Okay. And then it's like, so what don't you want? What do you want? Why would you want that? Well, because that would give me, oh, I just feel so much better. I'd feel whatever. Awesome. And then what is one thing you can do about that right now for what
mm,
you do want? And maybe
mhm.
it's then just saying, hey, kids, I'm gonna, like, I don't want to X. I want to just have some kind of relaxation today. And maybe you have a request of somebody. Maybe you just
Yes.
say it. Like, I don't know, just the acknowledgement of it. I just really highly just heard that process in there, like for myself with I don't want to. It's like, well, what don't I specifically want here?
Yes.
What do I want? Why do I want that? And what action can I take about that right now?
Really great. Really great. So, Sarah,
Yeah,
I actually have a request. Are you okay to put those questions up? Because it really is,
will.
yeah, because it's really powerful.
Yeah, they're great questions. Really great way to, like, discover the mechanics or what you need in each moment, because often we don't even take the time to get present with what we don't want and what we do want and what we can
Yeah.
do about it or why we want these things. So it's a huge, amazing process. And I recommend it as much as possible. And now with this I don't want a conversation, what a perfect opportunity to take it on.
Hands down.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't want to.
I don't want to. So, what is it
Loud and
that I
proud.
don't want? Yeah. Really
Loud
great.
and proud. Give ourselves some permission and discover what's underneath that I don't want to, because really there might be something missing or something that you want filled up in your cup. So your I don't want to can give you what you do want.
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. Well,
That was,
thank you.
thank you. And sorry,
We'll
you're
be
going to
back.
post the questions for us, and we're going
I'll
to take
post it.
on I don't wanna.
Exactly. We're out of here. We don't wanna. I'm gonna post the questions, but we will see you tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, because Monday to Friday, our Family Thrive conversation happens here.
Okay, great.
Okay.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.